Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from wherever you are connecting. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, remaining with the real. Sutra says, Mother, particular knowings. Mother, particular knowings. Have you known anything? When I say, have you known anything? You have known, you know many things, but everything is borrowed. Someone has said them, someone has given it to you. Teachers, parents, society have conditioned your mind into it. You know about God, you know about love, you know about meditation, but you don't know anything really. Do you know meditation? No. You have not tasted anything. This all is borrowed. Someone else has tasted it. The taste is not your own. Someone has seen it. You have not used your eyes to see them. Someone else has experienced. A Buddha has experienced. A Jesus has experienced. A Muhammad has experienced. And you go on borrowing their knowings through scriptures. And you cherish scriptures as holy. You are a medical student, you are a medical profession. You have cherished during your college days Gray's Anatomy, books of physiology, books of other discipline. Do you still cherish them and read them every morning? Or when you are going to do an op surgery, then you carry with you the Gray's Anatomy, or when the patient is on the operation table, you find the solution in the Holy Book of Anatomy. There you use your knowings, not the borrowed knowings. In the beginning, that helps. But when it comes to the practical aspect, you do not use. When a master chef is cooking, he has written a cookbook for the beginners. Once you have learned the art of cooking, you have known it, then you don't carry the cookbooks while you are in the kitchen and cooking the items. So this is knowing. Whatever you have read, it has become so much part of you that it becomes your knowing. The Umar Khayyam has written a composition, Rubai, which has been translated by David Fitzgerald, and a particular, the ghazal singer has sung on that theme, made a composition. क्या हो हासिल उनके जिक्र से जो पीकर मस्त हुए हैं? What shall you gain, O fool, who are drunk and gone? क्या हो हासिल उनके जिक्र से जो पीकर मस्त हुए हैं? Someone has drank something and you are listening to his experiences and you consider it that you have achieved something great, what will you gain? Why you don't take the experience of all the people who are married, take their experiences, and you don't need to get married. They have eaten, somebody has eaten food in the restaurant, listen to their stories and you don't need to eat. But this is what we have been doing. Jesus has an experience. Because of that, he has become Jesus. Muhammad had an experience. That's why he is prophet. And you are taking their stories, not learning from them, following them as a ritual, and consider that you are very religious. The sutra says, Mother, particular knowings. If you have known something, you know the art of surgery, you have understood the anatomy and physiology of the human body, that book will become redundant for you. When my daughter was studying medicine, all these expensive books was bought for her. And when she finished, she disposed of all those books. I said, you spent so much of money and you are now selling it at next to nothing cost. You don't want to keep it. He said, no, I don't need them now. I don't need them now. If you are a practicing surgeon, you don't need those. What you need, what is the recent new researches going on in the new technology of surgery and all these things, that is what is your concern. But when you are studying a particular research paper and the patient is on the operation table, you don't open your laptop and look at it. There you perform the surgery out of your knowings. Life is to be lived. Life is like a situation when this is exactly like the operation theater. The patient is on the operation table, and whatsoever happens to the surgeon at the moment, instantaneously, out of his knowing, he performs the surgery. And that is what knowing means. So practically, Jesus has experimented something, opened a path for you. Have you ever examined how Siddhartha became Gautam? Someone asks, what is my inspiration? What made me taoshobuddha? The story is beautiful. Gautam was born in a rich, kingly family, kingly splendor. He never saw any problems. Everything was there. Then how did Siddhartha become Gautam? When he left his narrow boundaries of borrowed knowledge, the conditioning that was given by the family, parents, and he encountered the reality of life, the pain, the suffering, the death. The moment he realized, he come face to face with the basic problems, then he followed a path on his own. First, he continued the existing systems. He reached nowhere. He abandoned all. And in that, 5 disciples, 5 persons who were along with him, they found that Gautam was a great was doing tremendous austerities, fasting, and all those things. These are considered as a great spiritual practices. Reading the scriptures, fasting, doing this kind of penances, all these are considered as the way of attaining. When Gautam realized that he did not gain anything out of this, he fasted. For 6 months he remained on one grain of rice. It's a particular system prevalent at that time. 1800 different yoga paths and systems were available. Gautam followed all that. Nothing happened. He abandoned all, and with that, those 5 people left him, saying that he has gone astray. The moment you leave going to the temples, churches, and mosques, people feel that you have strayed. Yesterday, a customer came in. He's a good customer, and every customer is welcomed. The lady said, "Uncle, why don't you go to ISKCON, come to ISKCON temple? That's a very good service and they do very good things." What did I tell her? What can I tell her? After graduating from universities, do you go back to kindergarten or primary school? So I had to tell her that my work does not give me enough time to go on these things, and besides that, I have made my own temple. That's where I go. Someone has asked if I could write the number of this sutra. There are 2 existing. One is Lakshman Ju's work, a Kashmiri, which was used by Paul Reps, and the other was another one which I am trying to work, that put the 2 together. So as such, there is no number. I will eventually trying to work on that and then give it to the person. This is from the chapter Being with Reality. Do not go with the numbers. Whatsoever appeals to you, follow it. And I am not a parrot like that I will know the numbers of the sutras or anything. That someone else has to point out. Something is in front of me and I can give only the explanation of that. So Buddha left his narrow boundaries of his teachings, conditionings and everything and entered the wider world. When couple years back I had a talk at Harvard, Meditation, the Missing Dimension in Education, I said, the talk began, we spent nearly 27 years of our precious youthful life in university campus and educational dimensions, schools, colleges, universities, and when we come out, we are given honors, credits, that now you are ready to explore the life. When you come out of the university with credits, honors, do you have the answers to the simple question that the life asks on a day-to-day basis? This is where you have to leave all that has been conditioned into you. This is a system to go through a process, systematic process of learning. You have known that. Through your study as a medical student, you learn the particular art of treating a disease and everything. But when you go in the practical field, you have to see how much you have absorbed that into you. And if you do not have the answer to the simple questions, when a patient is on the operation table, you are trying to find out from someone what to do. There are assistants. There is a main surgeon. The assistant performs all the other things. The anesthetist gives the anesthesia and all the other preparations are done. Then the master surgeon comes in and everyone gathers around him and he performs the surgery. So they are learning the practical aspect of it. And you just go on borrowing the knowings of Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Mahabir, Lao Tse, they are false. क्या हो हासिल उनके जिक्र से जो पीकर मस्त हुए हैं? What shall you gain, O fool, by talking about those who are drunk? What shall you gain by talking about the stories of those who have married and who have loved? You will not get satiation until you go into the process on your own. For you, they are of no use. They are more dangerous than ignorance, because ignorance is yours, knowledge is borrowed. It is better to be ignorant. At least ignorance is yours. It is authentic. It is real, sincere and honest. Don't go on living on the borrowed knowledge. Otherwise, you will forget that you are ignorant and you will remain ignorant after knowing everything. Sutra says, Mother, particular knowings. Always try to know something in a way that is fresh, direct and immediate. Don't believe in anyone. Don't believe in Buddha. Don't believe in anyone for that matter. Your belief will lead you astray. Learn from everything and present them according to your own inkaradiyat. You take the experience of, you learn from different, if you are a chef, you learn from different people and present you, and this is like a seed. Allow that seed to grow in you, and when the seed grows out of you, you follow that. Trust yourself, and if you cannot trust yourself, you cannot trust anybody else. The first thing is trust yourself. Trust is like there is rainy season, there is clouds in the sky, and sometimes when the clouds are moving, you see the blueness of the sky. That traces of the blue of the sky amidst the floating clouds of distrust is trust. Distrust is like the clouds that are floating around you. It is the rainy season of distrust. Clouds are floating. You are not seeing the sun, you are not seeing the blue sky. But sometimes, if you are very particular, as the clouds move a little bit, you can get a traces of that. The bull is lost. You are searching for it here and there and everywhere. Sometimes you are in the midst of the forest searching for the bull. Then you hear sometimes the sound. Then all of a sudden you see the tail as trust. You go and gather the strings of trust in you. So trust yourself. Sariputra came to Buddha once and said, I have come to believe in you. We are all believers. How can you believe in me? Help me, Sariputra asked, I have come to believe in you. Help me to build my faith in you. Buddha is reported to have said, if you don't believe in yourself, how can you believe in me? First, if you do not love yourself, how can you love someone else? If you cannot believe in yourself, if you cannot trust yourself, how can you trust someone else? So forget me. First, have trust in you. Believe in yourself that I can do it. Only then you can have trust in someone else. Buddha was very practical. So remember this, you cannot trust anyone if you cannot trust even yourself. The first lesson of trust is always within. The first spring of love comes within yourself. And that is the reason there is a failure in love. No one has succeeded. Very rarely someone succeeds in love. Remaining together for various reasons is not love. Love is totally different. First, trust yourself, love yourself, experience the harmony of love within you. Then you can find the other whom you can love. Only then the only purpose of the master is to sow the seeds that you can trust yourself, you can love yourself. Only then you say that I love you. No, you cannot say that. Then you don't need the word I love you, because love will be the aura that surrounds you. A candle never said that I am the light, because candle is dumb. But it gives a tacit message. One who knows, he becomes dumb. He becomes loving, but he never says that I love you. Except when it is necessary to say. The trust, the love, the seed, it is like the seed is growing deeper in the earth, and then it will sprout when the season of spring comes in. Trust, you will start trusting, you will start loving, you will become the aura of trust, aura of love. Only then can it flow, only then can it overflow, love can overflow out of you. And sometimes you feel that I am overflowing love. Tears give the expression of your overflow. It can reach others. But how can you trust if you don't know what trust means? If you don't know what love means, that's why there is a failure. How can you trust? How can you trust in yourself if there is no experience? Try to trust yourself. Master creates a trust in you. You are working as an auto electrician. The main person gives you a small jobs to do. And first you assist him, you observe. Then he lets you do certain things on your own, change the headlight bulb, change the tail light bulb or the indicator bulb or this and that and so. On your own, slowly and slowly you gain momentum in that, and then you can do the complete auto electrical work or auto air conditioning on your own. Try to trust yourself. If a person does not trust himself, you have to experiment first. And this is what, through the experiment, one becomes a master chef. Imagine that recently concluded the G20 summit. There was a gala dinner as it is customary. The country was showcasing the dishes of the various parts of the country. 500 different dishes were prepared. Starting from appetizers, they call it patram. Like a breeze, appetizer comes like a breeze and gone. Then the main course meal, it is the description that was given, the product of the soil. Product of the soil. And the dessert was given the name, Madhu means honey. Madhurima, that resembles that. The persons who were in charge, the 3 chefs, 2 of them I know very well. One is Ajay Chopra, the other was Kunal Kapoor, and the third was a lady, Anahita Dondhi. She is expert in Parsi food, the Jews' food. They were assisted by 120 planners because the 3 chefs have designed the menu. Now they put the menu, so the crew of 120 junior chefs, they are preparing the remainder of the work. This is what happens when you are studying as a medical student. When the practical, I do not know what is the name that, this is the class of the surgeon, the professor of surgery. He is performing a surgery. He is examining the patient. All the students gather around, assisting him in one way, and see how minutely he observes everything. So that was the verse. And then many superfoods. What is superfood? Something, the food is carbohydrate. It's supposed to be a combination of carbohydrate and protein and all those. Extra sugar becomes lipids and causes the problems of insulin and all that. So when you are taking, the doctor suggests you vitamin C. He tells you to take the one which is time release. So you have taken a heavy dose, and as and when it is needed, the body needs it releases. That's why it is time release. There is potato, empty calorie. No sooner you have finished your portion of the French fries, you feel hungry. Then there is sweet potato, and now sweet potato fries are also available. This is the energy is time released, and which is better. When the body needs, only then it releases the energy. So in the same way, there are certain coarse grains, millets, the sorghum, finger millet. There is malkangni, another seed. It is a particular name for it. And once Sufi Brijmohan Lal has said, the powder of malkangni seeds is very good for tuberculosis. It is a very important herb and it is used. So the chefs created the dishes out of the super foods, the millet grain. When Indian Prime Minister went to Washington and the dinner was hosted by the US President, the chefs created the fermented millet salad, millet cake, millet cookies, and many other dishes which you have never heard of. As we were growing, we know that our mothers and grandmothers used to make millet and sorghum flatbread, but not other things. So this is where you are learning and the master chef is helping you. They will help you to grow. They will make you mature. They will allow you to start trusting yourself, loving yourself. This is really strange. If you look with others' eye, you will live with others' lives. You can call Rose beautiful. Really? Is it your feeling or just a teaching that is spread around you that Rose is beautiful? Have you experienced the beauty of Rose? You can experience the beauty of Rose only when you are with rose flower. That is what one of the Zen masters told his disciple. He was a painter. He was painting the bamboo. Each time when he painted the bamboo, and he brought it to the master, he said, "It is not right. It is not right." Then one day he asked how to paint it. He said, "First become bamboo. First become bamboo." How to become bamboo? He went to the forest and he stood up. Bamboo is egoless. As the breeze allows it to move, it moves. It does not resist, and you resist. The breeze is trying to blow you to this side, but you are flowing. You are trying to be against the breeze. A bamboo never resists. A plant never resists. So have you ever known a rose? You have known about the rose is beautiful. Is it your knowing? Have you known it? You say that moonlight is good, beautiful. Is it your knowing? Simple thing, there is no scripture in it. There is no sutras. There is no verses of Bhagavad Gita. The particular verse of Bhagavad Gita, the narrow-minded think of this is mine and that is yours. One who is broad-minded, who is cosmic, says the entire world is a family. So the theme was given by the Indian Prime Minister, one earth, one family, one future. One cosmos. There is only one cosmos for you or for me or for anyone else. There is one consciousness for you, for me or anybody else. And there is one awakening. One cosmos, one consciousness, one awakening. When somebody is awakened, is not, the awakening is different. Is it your knowing, or it is just that the poets have been singing about it and you are repeating it? It is like a parrot. You cannot live your life authentically if you are following the scriptures like a parrot. Whenever you assert anything and whenever you say anything, first check within whether it is your knowledge or knowing. That's why I am not a parrot, so I don't know what is the number of this particular sutra. I don't go for the numbers. I don't know which is the third verse of Bhagavad Gita, of the third chapter. Whatsoever is needed there, I will use it. Throw all that which is not yours. It is of no use. And cherish and mother all that is yours. Because only through your knowings you can grow. You can grow through your own experience only. You can walk on your own feet. Mother particular knowings, particular doings in reality. Always remember in reality. Do something. Have you done anything ever? Have you been just following others? Just following the orders? Love your wife. Love your husband. Have you really loved your spouse? Answer that question yourself. You don't need to tell me that. If you find the answer, you will find the way also. When Buddha got the taste of the reality of life, he chose the path. And that was the journey from Siddhartha to Gautam. Not his teachings. How Siddhartha became Gautam, that is my inspiration. How Siddhartha, born and grew up in a palace, conditioned in a particular way. His father was told that don't let him see anything. So he was put in a place where all kind of the facilities were available, that he does not see any problem. Even the gardeners were taking out the yellow leaves in the night so that Gautam does not see the yellow leaves and may ask a question. But destiny had something different. He saw a sick. He saw an old man and a dead body. He inquired, what is this? Does everyone get sick? Yes, was the answer. And it is said, those three men were the past enlightened ones who came to pave the way for Gautam. In the same way, all these masters, Jesus, Buddha, Ramakrishna, Lao Tse, came to pave the way so that I can come out of my narrow boundaries and frisk about in the realm of reality. Only then I can understand the suffering. I can understand the problems that others face. Always remember, have you ever done anything? Have you ever loved your spouse? Have you really loved your spouse? Or you are doing a duty because it has been said, because it has been taught. Love your wife, love your husband, love your mother, love your father, love your brother. So you are loving and you are following them. What has been conditioned to you? Have you really loved any time when you were there? Was it ever the case that no teaching was working and no other was being followed? Were you authentic? Are you authentic in love? You can deceive yourself. You can say yes, but find out before you say anything. If you if you have loved, you would have been transformed. If you have known something, you would be transformed. Siddhartha became Gautam because he has known, he nourished particular knowings, how small it was. Find out before you say anything. If you have loved, you would be transformed. The particular act of love is capable of changing you, transforming your love, transforming your life. But if it has not changed you because your love, then remember your love is false. You have not known it within you. And the whole life will become false. You go on doing things that are not your own. Buddha is good, but you cannot follow him. That's why Zen say if you meet Buddha on the road, kill him. Jesus is good, beautiful, but you cannot follow him. But we want to be the followers. Do not follow anyone. And if you follow, you will become ugly. You will become a carbon copy. You will become the shadow. Shadow is not reality. You will be false, but you will not be accepted by the existence. Nothing false is accepted. Love a Buddha, love Jesus, but don't be their carbon copy. A musician has said, the person asked, what is your inspiration? She said that I learned from everyone. You can learn from everyone, but what's when it comes to present itself, do it as your own inkaradiyat, as if it has, allow it to grow within you. And when the seed comes in, let the fruits starts appearing, the flowers starts appearing. You have learned from many, you have allowed these to grow in you, and then they have blossomed as your own flowers. Always allow your own self to move in its own way. You will become Buddha like one day. but the path will be basically your own. One day you will become a Jesus, but you will have traveled along a different route. Jesus is a state of awakening. Buddha is a state of awakening. Master Chef is a state of knowing. But the route is different. You reach to that route by a different, reach to that pinnacle by a different route. You will have experienced something different. One thing is certain, whatsoever be your route, whatsoever may be your experience, it must be authentic, your own. Then you will reach one day. Through falsity, you cannot reach anywhere. Do something. Remembering well that you are doing it without following anyone. Then a very small, a simple act, just a smile, will become a satori for you, a source of samadhi, a window to cosmic consciousness. You come back to your home and smile at children. That smile is false. You are pretending. You are smiling because a smile is expected. It is a painted smile, a false smile. Nothing else is smiling in you except your lips. That smile is manipulated. That smile is mechanical. And you can become so habituated in this that you may completely forget what real smile is all about. You may laugh, but the laughter may not be coming from your center. When a smile comes, it must come out of your center, not from outside. It must come from your center. Always remember, no matter what you are doing, observe whether your center is involved in it or not. If it is not involved, better not to do anything. Don't do it when you are not operating from your center. No one is forcing you to do anything. Don't do it. Preserve your energy for the next moment when something real emerges out of your own center. Then it will be total. Then every cell of your body will smile. Every cell of your body will rejoice. Then it will be an explosion. And that explosion, when every cell of your body is vibrating with that energy, that explosion is awakening. That explosion is enlightenment. Children know. You cannot deceive them. The moment you can deceive them, they are no more children. Children is embodiment of innocence. That's why Jesus says one who becomes childlike. Childlike innocence. They know when your smile is false. They can detect it. You cannot hide anything from the children. Anyone who is real will detect it. You will know it. Your tears are false. Your smile is false. When someone tears are flowing or is smiling for no reason, the Master knows there is an explosion of joy. And that inner joy that is emerging, spurting out of the center, cannot be expressed in words. So tears become the expression. But you are made up of small acts. So don't think of doing anything big, that then you will do this. If you are false in small things, you will always be false. It is easy to be false in big things. If you are false in small things, it is very easy to be false in big things as well, because big things are always on exhibitions. They are for others to see. So you can be very easily false because you want to show it to the others. You can be a saint if saintliness is respected. Then you are on the exhibition, just an exhibition piece. You can be a saint because sainthood is respected. It fulfills the ego. But everything else will be false. Just think, if society changes its attitude, as has been changing in different countries, in Russia, in China, immediately saints will disappear, because there is no respect for them in China and Russia. So you don't see them. Let us end the session today. I thought that I will finish this morning. 3 sessions have gone simply for one sutra. Mother, particular knowings, particular doings. Only then you can remain real, not otherwise. So only this much for this morning. Until we meet again, take care and do have a pleasant day.